I think I describe myself as a colored pencil artist. But wanted to get into color, and at one color theory class, one of the students brought his homework as a red potato done in colored pencil. That was it. I went out and bought myself a set of colored pencils and started taking classes and reading books, and it just evolved from there. So I love colored pencil. It has some unique qualities, and the one that's most important to me is that it's translucent. It's the only medium that's translucent. That means that if you put down a layer of color and you put down another layer over it, the bottom layer will show through. And so you get rich colors. Richer colors, I think, than if you just use one color. So most all colored pencil drawings are layered with one color over another. Oh, well, you wonder how we get bright colors from this process. And the thing that you have to study is the color wheel. And you learn how the colors work together. And you experiment a lot. I'll give you an example. I don't use the black pencil ever, even though there is a very nice black pencil in the set. I prefer to make my own blacks because I feel that they are more interesting, a deeper color. Same thing with grays. Colored pencil sets come with tons of grays, but I rarely ever use them. I make my own. And the color wheel is what helps me do that. I know which combination will give me a gray. I rarely use colored paper because it seems to dull the final image. But sometimes that's the image you want, is sort of a subtle image. And so, yeah, I sometimes use colored paper. In fact, I send out a Christmas card every year with a different church on it. This year, the church was a white church, and I did it on pale blue paper. But it turns out there are lots of parts of this state I don't know anything about. So I thought, how can I learn more about my state? I thought, I'll do drawings of our state parks. And so that started another project. And I did a lot of drawings of our state parks. For drawing buildings, if I'm drawing from a photo, I have to be careful about the building slanting in the photo. And so I restructure it so it's not slanting. And that's the main thing. But I've taken a lot of perspective classes, so that's with buildings. And your comment about the variety of subject matter, that's me. I like all kinds of subject matter. I do landscapes, I started out actually with colored pencil doing fruits and vegetables. And one thing just sort of leads to another, and I just see some image and it just strikes me. So I take a photo of it, and I have a little file of possible photos that I can draw from. I love to do plein air drawing too. You're outside. You're sitting outside drawing what you're seeing. And that's another thing I'd like to bring up. I think I'm what's called a representational artist. I just don't have much imagination, to tell you the truth, in a traditional way. I like to think about the composition of my drawings, and I will change the photo to suit my needs. But just starting a drawing from my mind doesn't interest me. I like to draw what I see. Light is very important in my drawings. I don't know quite how to describe it, but I need to have a good light source. And That's what's challenging when I draw outside, because the sun's moving as you're drawing, and you've got to be a little quick in order to capture what you want. But yeah, the light's very important to me. It's Millisylvania State Park, which is close here. And when I went down there, there were these big vistas. And I thought, well, lots of parks have big vistas. What's unique about this park? So I saw this dock, and I saw the grandfather and the son fishing. There were other people on the dock. There were other things on the dock. They disappeared in my drawing because I wasn't interested in them. I was just interested in the grandfather and the son. And I loved all the reflections in the water. That's Dash Point State Park. And that, what is that called? Those boys are doing skimming? Something like that. Anyway, there's a stream that goes in there, and it's just the right level for kids to go skimming, and so that's what they were doing. And it looked like that was part of that park that was different from other parks, so that's why I drew the boys. The author would send me her writing on each walk. Then I would take that with me and go on the walk and decide what was interesting about it, and try to do that with every walk. Well, that's hard with colored pencil because you can't erase colored pencil. You can lighten it, but totally erasing it is really hard. It's a wax. Colored pencils are wax, and so it's very, very hard. This is Frisket. You can use any pencil. Let's say that I don't like these leaves up here. Let's say I don't like those, and I can put the Frisket on it with any pencil. I go over it with the Frisket, and you can see that it all lightened up. Did you see that? Well, when our youngest daughter went to kindergarten, I started taking art classes at Bellevue Community College. They were drawing classes. And they went from level to level to level, and then there was a design course, and then individual work. And I became very comfortable with pencil. And then I attended a scientific illustration course at the University of Washington. And that wonderful instructor had us using ink and how to really see a subject. She was amazing in helping us see what we were drawing, and that was so much fun. Yes, I do. I do pet portraits, and I just finished one of a cat. I do pet portraits. I've done all kinds of things. But it's a challenge for me. I mean, fur, for instance, is a huge challenge. And everything I do, I learn from. That's a very back road in the Snoqualmie Valley. And it was spring, and I saw these mailboxes, and they just spoke to me. So I just took some photos of them. Well, that was fun to do because I love to do botanicals, and here was a big field for botanicals for me. Well, that was plein air. That was not from a photo. And that's because my husband was a fly fisherman. He would go fly fishing all over, and I would go with him. So a lot of my plein air drawings are done when he was fishing. And this was in New Mexico. So I saw this house that no one was there, and on the porch were these two chairs. It turned out Oprah Winfrey owns that house. I didn't know. didn't know it, but no one was there, so I just sat down and started to draw. Yeah, I try to make them somehow unique and not the usual steepled church. Something unique about it, the way the light's on it, that has an effect. That's Douglas, Washington, up on the plateau above Wenatchee. I've drawn that church other ways, and that's been fine, but for this one, I kind of wanted to have it in the background because the general store to me, and it was a snowy day. Okay, here's the photograph. It has several riders and other horses and things in here. It's too confusing to me, so I decided to pick out 3 of the horses and riders. They're waiting to perform at the state fair and in Wyoming, Buffalo, Wyoming. And but I liked these horizontal lines from the fences a lot. And I liked the way that the grass changed color. And I liked the 3 images. It gave me a kind of peaceful feeling. And so that's why I just picked out those 3. Well, as I walk along anywhere, I'm looking for subjects. I'm curious about shadow, light, color. It's just part of me.